Hello, my name is Veronika.
And my name is Mélia.
And we have decided to do our science fair project on Mendelian genetics. We decided to choose this topic because once we heard about it from one of our teachers, we thought that it was extremely interesting and we didn't want to let go of this idea since we were really interested in it and we thought that it was a very cool topic to investigate in. So here we are today with our project we would like to present. What is the purpose of our project? The purpose is to investigate the topic of Mendelian genetics and eye genetics.
What is the question of our study? Is it possible to predict eye color using the principles of Mendelian genetics?
We hypothesized that if we use Mendelian principles, then we should be able to predict eye color.
Method. First, we made a survey in Excel that would be sent out to students. Second, we asked students to fill it out in the appropriate time used about their eye color, their parents' eye color, and their siblings' eye color. Third, we transferred the data to Excel to make charts and diagrams on the computer. Lastly, we analyzed the data, taking a close look at blue-eyed children with brown-eyed parents.
We had 29 students participating in the survey, and after analyzing the information thoroughly, we received amazing results. We found out that out of the 29 students, 61% of the students had brown eyes, 18% had blue eyes, 14% of the students had hazel eyes, 4% of the students had green eyes, and 3% of the population unfortunately had an eye color that we were not able to specify as it was very complex. Furthermore, our results showed that Mendelian principles can surely predict eye color. As we can see on this hand-drawn chart, we listed from 1 to 29 and the student's eye color, their biological father's eye color right here, their mother's eye color, which would also be their biological mother, and if they had any siblings that were biological, then their eye colors would also be listed here. And we saw that this could really predict the eye color because if we take a look, many of the students had the same eye color as their parents. Some maybe had a different eye color than one parent but the same as the other, or some maybe had the same colors but their siblings had different eye colors, or maybe some had a totally different eye color. However, thankfully to Mendelian principles, we were quickly able to tell that this must mean that one of the parents had a dominant allele for example, green eyes. However, they carried a recessive allele that which would be maybe blue eyes that would be passed on to maybe siblings or the students themselves. Moreover, our project had various parts to it. However, there were a few concepts and terms that stood out to us the most and we would like to share. First is Punnett squares. This was a great big part of our project because as we can see here, we have two Punnett squares and we can see that, for instance, the mother could have a dominant allele for green eyes, meaning that she has green eyes, but she could have a recessive allele for blue eyes, meaning that she's still carrying this allele that she could possibly pass on to the child. And if the father also has dominant green eyes allele, but a recessive allele for blue eyes, then there would be, when we fill out the chart, and we see that there's at least one dominant green eye allele, we could see that since there's 3 of them filled in with the dominant allele for green eyes, there will be 75% chance of the child having green eyes and 25% chance of the child having blue eyes, as we can see here when the 2 blue recessive alleles meet. Next are some very important terms that we also would want other people to know, which is allele. An allele is a different form of a gene on the chromosome that has a specific position. A gene, which is a segment of DNA that codes for a particular trait, is located on a specific chromosome. A chromosome is a cell with a thread-like structure, and it is located in the nucleus of each cell and is packed with a DNA molecule. And a DNA molecule is a molecule that has lots of information and it stores different instructions for making larger molecules, and these instructions are divided among the 46 chromosomes. Moving on, we also looked into maybe some specific combinations of the parent's phenotype that could result in the child having a specific phenotype. So for example, the mother could be heterozygous, meaning that she has maybe green eyes, but she also carries a recessive allele for blue eyes, just like mentioned before. And so could be the father, and and because there's that recessive allele for blue eyes, it gives a chance for the child to have blue eyes. However, the parents could also be homozygous, meaning that, for example, the father or the mother, or even both, could be dominant for blue eyes, which would mean that the child would for sure have blue eyes, or even one parent could be recessive for green eyes, maybe one parent could be dominant for blue eyes, but since there's a dominant allele, we know that that would be a definite combination for the child having blue eyes.
Application. This topic about Mendelian genetics can be used in the real world by anyone who may want to know about themselves, by parents who may want to predict their child's possible traits, since these principles can be used for more traits than just eye color. This can also be useful for ancestry, the passing of genes and possibilities of even genetic disorders that could be passed on. Not to mention how important ancestry is, since it tells a lot about someone's background, and going back to eye color, it is also connected to ancestry. Moreover, there are careers that could find this helpful, such as geneticists, since they study heredity, and our project is connected to that subject. Also, genetic counselors could find this very helpful, since they help support families that could be passing on genetic diseases. Families in need that have possible genetic diseases, and in general, this career has a lot to do with heredity and as well as genetics.
In our study, we have only a few, but not much sources of error, such as human error when we were recording the data, or maybe human error as a chance of the participants accidentally selecting the wrong answer, or maybe because we had only a limited amount of questions. If we had more, there would be a higher chance of the student finding the exact color of the eyes that they have. Another source of error would be sample size, because we were only able to do 29 students. In future, we would love to do more students if we to continue the study, because then the more students we would have, the higher the accuracy of the information would be, since there would be more data to collect.
What did we enjoy about this project? This project was very enjoyable. The study of this project was very complex, but we managed to do it through these hard times. What did you do the project, and where did you do the project from? We did the project with the help of our parents' support, Mr. Fade's support, our classroom teacher, and two really nice teachers, Ms. Kolotosti and Ms. Frank. In conclusion, we can use Mendelian principles to predict eye color.
Thank you.